You probably found your way to this video because you're worried about your career. Everybody's talking about AI, you have no idea what that is. You might know a little bit, but you still feel worried about how will AI implementation in large companies affect your career, your chosen educational program, and your chosen career goal. First things first, though, who am I? And with what authority do I have to talk about the subject of AI, how it's implemented in global large cap companies, and specifically how this kind of implementation affects your career? Well, I won't go through my CV in its entirety. I will just talk about the relevant parts. I have a finance master's degree and a bachelor's degree in programming design. I have spent the past 10 years or so in different roles, both consultancy roles and so-called line roles, that is to say, an employee in finance, tech, and different industries. I have led and worked with digital transformation projects at large cap companies, and I have seen close up how they work with AI and how they implement it. Let's dig into the subject of IT projects at big companies. What are my experiences? What has worked and what has not worked? Well, the sad news is that 90% of projects fail. Now, you'd be asking yourself, well, why would companies spend so much money, so many billions on projects when they know they only have a 10% success rate? Well, we kind of know why before the project even starts. And the answer is 50% company politics, different agendas, career goals, and so on. 50% is tied to IT literacy, ownership, and organization. Now, IT literacy can mean different things to different people. What I mean by it is the ability to use digital technology, tools, and networks to access, manage, and evaluate data, to be able to evaluate the projects you want to implement, company wide or organization wide. When it comes to ownership, I have seen a lack of detailed ownership and governance processes. Just because management has decided something must be done doesn't mean it will, or that it will be implemented properly. You have to set clear processes with ownership that can be enforced. That is to say, there is a contract or a work description saying that this role has to carry this particular action out. And it's important to focus on roles, not individuals. So yeah, AI implementation has been slow in a lot of companies, but the expectations on new colleagues will be high. And what does that imply for your future career? Are you obsolete or highly desirable? Maybe I should have led with this, but you can probably relax. The use of AI tools in a lot of these companies is still a new topic, and anybody who can help them out with this will be a valuable asset. So I would say it's largely up to you how your career will be affected by AI. How will you be strengthening your competence base with the knowledge these companies need now and in the years to come? I would very much recommend you to learn a bit of basic coding. Sure, you can use these LLMs to do that for you, but if you know the basics, you will understand how to find errors, how to actually structure prompts correctly, how to create much greater and reliable code than if you didn't understand basic algorithm theory, for example. I would learn some known and popular programming languages such as SQL, Python. I would work very much with topics such as computer science, data science, or at least some basic math and statistics and domain knowledge in the industry you will be working in. Learn the basics of front end and back end, what it is and what sets them apart. And learn some basic governance structures for working with machine learning, databases, and analytics. I can more or less promise you this will set you apart in the crowd if you understand the basics of the topics on this slide. Now, some of you might be thinking, I work in HR or I do accounting. What would I need to learn programming languages? All right, that might be a bit over the top. I generally think this will help you a lot in your career, irrespective of which role you have. But you can start off in a much more basic way by understanding prompt engineering, how to write good prompts, how to work with tools such as ChatGPT, Copilot, Anthropic, Claude, and so on. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe for more content.